It's that time of year again, eh, PokeArt?
What do you mean time of year? Isn't it that time of week?
The time of year when we get drunk and we talk about podcasts. That's what. Hey everyone, this is Mako. Welcome you
I'm
back.
not old enough to drink. What do you mean?
Reasons. Hey everyone, this is Mako. Welcome back to another episode of the BLT 9 podcast. I am joined by the not drunk but does drink.
What? I don't.
You drink water.
I don't violate the law. Yes, I drink water.
You drink water. That's what we mean. Say her name.
Yes, I am PokeArt 2004, and I can confirm I do drink water.
She is a water advocate. Alright, last time.
No, I'm not. I'm an orange juice advocate, actually.
Alright. I'm a Coke advocate, so not that kind of Coke. Alright. Alright, never mind. And last time we covered week 7 recap and we did semis predicts. Well, you weren't there because, the video got corrupted and you had...
Yeah, I was in the original version and the sound was gone.
And I don't know what happened, but hey, we did a take 2 and it went well. So this time we're going to do semis recap, and things happened in the semis week. Let's just say that.
Oh boy, did things happen. To be specific, 20 matches happened. That's the kind of things that happened.
Yeah, not only did 20 matches happen, but 20 absolutely mediocre games happened. Just kidding, no. There were some pretty good games, but some of them deserves to be rotten in hell about, because, oh boy, those games were really bad. We'll talk about them later. But for now, let's talk about our first matchup. We got the Lavender Laprases tying the Santaloon Swamperts. This was a really evenly contested series, let me tell you that.
Yes, quite a step up from your last performance against us, eh?
Well, we stepped up the prep. You guys also you guys were very lenient for giving us the tie on this one. Well, we'll check out with tiebreakers later, but we'll see about that. So, looking at the winners of each game here, everyone was kind of expected, but there were a couple of surprises that caught us off guard. Well, let's talk about them one by one.
Oh, I bet.
First off, we got SS Ubers, we got Aberforth losing to FC. The FC has finally avenged his loss. The game started off...
Can't say that was a great situation for us, was it?
So the first part of this game had a Groudon being burned at the start. That kind of hampered Aberforth a bit, because he kind of needed Groudon to basically have semblance of a chance against the Necrozma and eventually the Eternatus, which proved to be quite the threat, I think, because it had Draco Meteor over Dynamax Cannon, which was a more efficient choice. And it also had Dragon Tail, which scared off Necrozma, who had a very interesting set.
Yes, I really wish people would stop freaking bringing things that that just so happen to be very good in the matchup against the specific unusual set.
And the particular set we're talking about is Calm Mind Stored Power, which saw some usage, but not a whole lot. The game went as even as it is, with FC kind of just dominating the rest of the endgame with catching...
Miko, I'm pretty sure it was Calm Mind Iron Defense Stored Power.
Right. I forgot the Iron Powered part. My bad. The Iron Defense part. My bad. FC kind of just dominated the rest of the endgame with catching the Yveltal with the Toxic Hick, along with Marshadow stealing the boosts from Necrozma, which was neat.
Well, yeah, I think by that point Aberforth already knew he lost.
So by the end, he just let Marshadow take the boosts.
You don't really need to mention that as part of the domination, because, if you just remember what Spectral Thief does, you already know it's over by that point if you see the Marsh Shadow in the back, and all that's left is the setup Necrozma.
Unfortunately, that would turn out to be the case, and FC picked up the win there. Next up, we got My Java.
Yes.
Next up, we got My Java versus Failures.
Wait, allow me to just say, Aberforth did mention that he wanted to bring something weird, and it could completely backfire, and well, that's what happened.
Well, at least he predicted what happened. Next.
Yeah, at least he considered it probably could completely backfire.
Good job, Aberforth. Thank you for predicting.
He was aware.
Next up, we got My Java versus Failures. There were some pretty early mind games at the start, with Finny tricking the Tapu Koko 3 times. Pirouette did play really well around the beginning, with Tapu Lele doing a lot of damage to Scizor and being brought out against Koko and Dragonite quite a few times. I know it was Specs, and it could easily just kill the rest of My Java's team if he was not careful. So, good on Pirouette for trying to play around on that. But My Java did start.
Thinking of the right game?
Yeah. My Java did start to come back towards the end, with it knocking Lele's Specs and getting to kill Weavile, which was a threat.
Oh, yeah, you're thinking of the right game. You see, that knockoff play was ridiculously bold.
Yeah, and it paid off at the right time, and it got rid of the Specs, and it got to kill Weavile.
Like, didn't he use knock with a Scizor?
Yes.
Against what was on the other side at the time, which was a Heatran?
Yes, that was really bold, and
calling the switch into Lele, he called the freaking double and knocked.
Well done, My Java. So, the MVP...
Yeah, that, like, we saw that and we're like, oh my god,
he actually
just
did it.
that. That was bold.
That was bold and yet well adjusted by My Java. The MVP of this game truly went to Clefable, because it was able to take one triple axle from Weavile, and it even lived at +2 Dragon Dance Dragonite. I don't know if it was unaware or Magic Guard, but it lived 2 hits, and
I'm pretty sure it was Magic Guard. I don't remember though.
Yeah, it was able to take 2 hits.
It had to be with the damage dealt.
But it was also, like, defense invested, so...
Yes, it was a defensive... It was a physically defensive Clefable.
Makes sense. So, My Java picked up the win. Very good win there. Next up, Harshal versus Blimax. This was a game. We caught this live, and what a game it was. It was a pretty horrible matchup for Blim's stall team against Harshal, who had counters to pretty much everything Blim had.
Not everything. To be honest, that Cresselia was difficult to deal with.
Well, you didn't know what the Cresselia set was until we got to see it. Clefable did get some early usage around the beginning, tanking a lot of Lando's Earthquakes, Magnezone's Thunderbolts, and Finny's +1 Scalds, which would kill it.
To be honest, there were definitely some plays on Harshal's end that I didn't quite get.
So...
Like, I think he could have stalled the Clefable more by just, keep Thunderbolting it. Make sure it uses freaking all of its soft-boiled so it can't heal anymore.
And I was watching the team chat for the Swamperts, and they were like, we need to keep these Moonlights. We need to keep living these hits, and then try to preserve as much Moonlight as possible on Cresselia. And Clefable as well. Like, preserving the soft boiled so we can get the rest of the team working well. Cresselia, speaking of Cresselia, that was the MVP of this game, taking a lot of hits from Magnezone, Lele, and Kartana, and managing to both Toxic Stall the Lele and Lando, while also carrying Ice Beam, which killed Cart to win the game.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate how that happened. Once Skarmory was gone from Blimax's side, I honestly just thought we won right then and there if we managed to get card in for free.
Yeah, but good thing Cresselia was
An unfortunate hard switch on card allowed it to made it so it got very low.
So that was the choke that you mentioned from Harshell's side.
Yes, I'm not totally sure what happened there. Perhaps it was before Ice Beam was revealed? I don't know.
Maybe
I don't remember the game that closely, but...
Yeah, maybe it was. Maybe it was Ice Beam just being revealed.
I don't know if it was before, but all I know is that it was definitely a play we should not have made that turn.
Ah, well, in hindsight, yes.
It limited poor Katana's time in that match because, well, it couldn't live another hit, and rocks were up, so it could only come back in only so many times.
Unfortunately, that would happen, but yeah, that was a good game regardless. Next up,
I'm pretty sure we outright lost as soon as Magnezone died.
Yeah, Magnezone was definitely the one I was scared of the most when watching that game, but as soon as Blimax was able to kill it, then we said, okay, he's probably going to win at this point with just Cresselia. If he lets that thing live and then kills it with Ice Beam or Toxic Stalls it.
Yeah, by that point, there was nothing we had that could kill Cresselia.
So yeah, fortunate for our show, but a good win by Blimax. Next up, we got Dunox versus Udon Girl. Went as well as last time they fought, huh? Although Dunox letting his Thundy die early at the start was curious because I think, was that a banded Mamoswine? Because it O-code. I think it O-code with our side.
I'm gonna say I think it was.
So
Let's look.
So yeah, that was a very...
Let's take a look.
So yeah, that was a very...
Yeah, it was.
Okay, it was banded Mamoswine, so that makes sense. And though, letting him sack at the start, a curious choice, but alright.
Well, Mikwe, in my opinion, that might have been a 50-50.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like, Udon Girl could have called them switching and simply earthquaked, and then that would have been even worse, right?
Yeah, that would have been worse, and, you know, props to Udon Girl for able to catch that.
If you observe the game, then, well, you'll see there were a lot of 50-50s throughout it.
Well, here's another thing that happened. Hurricane missing twice on Azelf. That was really unfortunate.
Yeah, it was, because that Azelf ended up kind of dominating the late game.
It would have, but yeah, Udon Girl did fall apart towards the end, because Dunox kept outplaying her. It was clear that Udon Girl had lost, so she was trying to, like, make do, and then Dunox ended up
Girl, I think she was playing, I think they were playing alright, like, beginning to middle of game, but
she fell apart.
From that point on, yeah, it started to become more desperate.
Yeah, and yeah, Dunox took advantage of that and won the game. Next up, Theo versus Arch9, and the reign of Arch9 terror in RU has ended, because Theo absolutely kind of dominated Arch9 here. So, because...
Yes, and you're aware of why, right?
Well, did he brought kind of stall? He did. Theo brought Audino to RU, who proved to be quite an effective wall for both physical and special side.
Yes, unfortunately, the ultimate wall that was unfortunately the worst thing possible for what we brought, I guess.
The minor nitpick, but Steelix's war with Crobat over hazards and roosted earthquakes was kind of fun. It was trying to call basically a defog versus earthquake roost. So,
unfortunately, I feel like Arsenal played a bit predictably in that sequence.
Audino had Encore in its last move slot, which trapped Xurkitry's Calm Mindset, which Artsign kind of needed because it was clearly the sweeper of the team. But when Audino had Encore, it trapped Xurkitry's Calm Minding and allowed Artsign to basically just switch out. Rest of the game, Theo walled installed Ars.
Like that. Honestly, the MU was not the greatest for Arsenine, but we were aware that Zerk was the absolute win con here. So we felt that when Arsenine played, he should have gotten it in a bit more. He wasn't too aggressive with it.
Yeah.
He was very preservative with it, if that's a word.
Which makes sense because Xurkitry is frail and doesn't want to get A, hazarded, and B, statused or like toxic or something like that. It needs to be brought safely.
Just if it got in a little more, I think that could have been helpful.
Yeah, but it was clear Theo had won by that point when the Xurkitry was dead because Theo just walled installed the rest.
Yeah, there was no way out eventually.
So good job, Theo.
Well,
good job, Theo.
That Encore was literally like the worst reveal possible.
Yeah, good job, Theo, for ending the win streak that Arsenine, the domination of RU that Arsenine has had throughout this BLT. Next up, we got Ziri versus Team Charm. This matchup was really overwhelmingly on Ziri's side, not gonna lie. It was clearly a Ziri win from the preview itself. Zarina had Choice Band, took out Ferroseed, which was an odd moveset choice. Why Ziri opted to go for Choice Band on that one?
Well, I guess Ziri prepped well and it paid off.
I mean, Team Charm only had Salazzle, which basically was the win con against everything on Ziri's team. It had an Encore set, which was nice, but by the end...
Yeah, Salazzle was honestly the biggest problem on Team Charm's team. Nothing else really looked too threatening.
Well, the most threatening on Ziri's side turned out to be Toxicroak, which proved to be the MVP of this game. Okoing Budsdale. And, just basically using that special set to be the big threat, causing Charm to forfeit immediately. So, yeah.
Well, you say that, but actually, another mon that was very dangerous into Charm's team was Indeedee.
I guess, but yeah, when
the biggest wall Charm had for that Indeedee was
Xatu?
Xatu.
Yeah. Unfortunately, couldn't really.
And even that took nearly half.
Yeah, unfortunately, even Xatu couldn't wall Indeedee. So Ziri had the matchup in his hands and was able to win again against Charm. Next up, TJ versus Tielanet. This was a pretty unlucky game for TJ.
It was, yes, but I don't feel he should have went for Rock Slide at the turn he did.
Well, okay, he was really unlucky. Nothing really much to say about this game because it was pretty short, only 23 turns. It missed the TJ missed a power whip from Gigalith with Sense of Scorch, and as you mentioned, that Hitmonlee missing a Rock Slide against Gigalith, which I get why. Maybe he would try to predict the switch or try to preserve his PP for some fighting move. But, yeah.
In my opinion, he should have just close combated, or if he had another 100% move, he should have used it.
But going for Rock Slide, not the most ideal of choice, but I get why. And unfortunately,
I understand it doesn't make much difference if it hits, but
it would have still
killed. Just use the risk-free move, in my opinion.
Unfortunately, and that caused Tielanet to pick up the win. Next up, Surfy versus Door Money. This one was an interesting game. Ponyta gave Tyrant a burn early on.
And that really freaking hurt.
Yeah, that was a crucial point in the game because it allowed Mudspray to basically wall it. And Tyrant was too busy setting up the Dragon Dance as well. Mudspray was busy being a rest talk set and was able to kill the Tyrant with it.
Yeah, honestly, the matchup wasn't too great in that game.
But it was a decent enough
Surfy
game.
Surfy was like, man, the double horse MU there is not great.
Yeah, it was a decent game nonetheless. Both players played pretty well. With a clean finish, saw Dormoney pick up the W in that game. Next up, we got Actuary versus Queso. Man, this game, I tell ya. Good win for Actuary, finally, being able to win finally after kind of performing below average throughout the rest of the season, and also getting quite unlucky a few times. But now this is kind of a return to form for Actuary. Zeraora having Taunt was a nice surprise, but Kyurem having an Assault Vest set was the highlight, because it was able to basically come in, do Freeze Dry, Earth Power, Icy Wind against Cheese's whole team, and then Genesect and Zygarde just finished up in red. Set up their Genesect had, I believe it was Ice Beam, and then Zygarde had Thousand Arrows, Dragon Dance, which basically finished the rest of the game, and good win for Actuary. Next up, we got Maroon versus Plunder. Fire versus Dragon. Not the most ideal of matchup.
Truly is not. You guys really thought we would go for Steel, didn't you?
Maybe, well, Maroon has brought pretty interesting sets that we might be able to take advantage of, but we decided for Fire because we thought he may bring Ground or something. I don't know.
Well, that's not...
Or Steel.
You were totally prepping for Steel.
Steel, maybe. Maroon did bring some nice surprises to his set, like Roar Garchomp and some Body Press Como. That was nice.
What Garchomp? What'd you say?
The Roar Garchomp. Overall, it was a pretty one-sided affair. However, I will mention that had Volcarona Quiver Danced against the Kyurem, Plunder would have likely stood more of a chance. Because,
Yeah, I feel he misplayed the Volcarona a bit. That Volk was actually dangerous.
It was.
Although, at the same time, perhaps the quivering did not matter, considering Maroon had, prepared a bit.
Oh, did he bring Haze or something?
No, Mikoi. You see, he had something that outsped the Volcarona even at +1.
Dragon Bolt.
Scarf Dragon Ball!
Well, alright, so
with
it wouldn't
Thunder Wave!
Oh, Thunder Wave too? Bruh. Alright.
Scarf Thunder Wave!
That's interesting, and you know what? Kudos to Maroon for prepping and winning the game. And there's the tie, and we'll see the tiebreaker later.
Yeah, you guys screwed up thinking we would bring Steel again.
Alright.
Third time or something.
Third time. Alright, next up, the other matchup, and this one decided who goes to the Grand Finals. We got the Sunny Shore Snorlaxes beating the Jubilife Jirachis. Some of the games here I don't want to talk about because they're so crap, but we'll talk about them anyway. First off, we got Memingo versus Pandurakata. Panu kind of really started out well, playing it as if it were a normal Ubers game against Miminger. Unfortunately, Panu made a glaring miscalculation because Spectral Thief does go through Substitute, and it allowed Miminger's Marshadow to basically sweep.
Oh no, he forgot about that.
Yeah. He forgot about...
He
forgored the thief, and now Miminger took the win. Next up...
Oh man, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, he would have won if that were the case. Zen versus Starmaster. Quite the upset on this one. But when you actually look at the game, it was clear Zen was playing the better of the two. It was a very standard OU affair, stall versus bulky offense. And in the end, Zen had the game won with Nidoking and Weavile putting them to good use against Star's already whittled down team, and Zen was able to pick up the win. A very good win by Zen.
Honestly, Nidoking is kind of a menace to stall.
Yeah, because, its big sheer force life orb set is able to basically kill all the Stallmons. Unfortunate.
Or deal a large amount of damage to them.
Next up, TDNT versus Starreal. I really thought TDNT had the match won, but hey, I take L's quite a few times. Magnezone.
Yes, I was right about this one.
Yeah, Magnezone trapped the Melmetal, which was nice. Heatran having 2 fire moves on it was also nice. It had Eruption and Magma Storm. Very nice. Whirlpool Finny beat out the Calm Mind Taunt Finny, which was a very good set of events there. Nothing much else to say, really. It's just a good game from both players. Star picked up the win. Very good. Next up, Eternal Snowman versus Shiba. And finally, PokeArt, we got Shiba the W.
Yeah, too bad his team lost, so he can't get another one.
Aww. Cobalion having Magnet Rise was nice, but still, keeping Stone Edge over things like Volt Switch and Iron Head, kind of iffy, not gonna lie.
What? No, Miku, it's more of a sweeper Cobalion, so that's why.
Yeah, it's Stealth Rock, Volt Switch, something else. No, Stealth Rock, Magnet Rise, Volt Switch, Stone Edge, and Close Combat or something.
Oh, was it Volt? Was it Stealth Rock?
Yeah, it was Stealth Rock.
I feel Sword Stance would complement that better.
Primarina warring with Slowking and Chansey was pretty nice. That was a nice couple of turns. And after an evenly paced game, Shiba's Scizor ultimately won him the game. Metal Coat and Bullet Punch killed everything in ESM's team. That was nice.
Yeah, ESM basically let everything get a little too low. And it got to the point where Scizor need only use Sword Stance and killed everything with Bullet Punch.
With Metal Coat. So, that was a pain. Next up, we got Gorex versus John Filch. Bronzong had a pretty nice Iron Defense set. It wasn't really used all that much, but yeah, that was nice. It was nice pointing it out. Gorex had that. Celebi proved to be the MVP of this game, moving first against Xurkitree and killing the rest of Gorex's team. Nothing much else to say. Next up, GW versus Avarice. Very hyper-offensive start to this game. Toxicroaks, both of their Toxicroaks did massive damage. Delmise had a Banded set. I want to say that was Banded. Because their knockoff and rapid spins did a lot. Didn't expect them to do 30. Although Stakataka was undoubtedly the MVP of this game, critting the Xatu with Gyro Ball and living a low kick from Toxicroak to kill it, win the game for GW.
Yeah, well, it was at +2 defense at the time.
Yep. And so GW...
So it had previously gotten kills even before that.
Yeah. Next up, Ninja versus Sai. Early freeze on Aggron. That was the point where Ninja failing to thaw out with Aggron. Kind of a bad start. Vanillux was kind of the threat of this game, getting the freeze on Aggron, as previously mentioned, and generally working its choice spec set to good use, using the blizzards to just basically take care of everything in Ninja's team. So good win for Sai. Next game, Taz versus Excelsior. Diglett killing Mudbray with both Earth Power and Final Gambit was pretty funny. Timber not being Guts was pretty bad, because when I...
What do you mean? They never run Guts anymore.
when it got burned, I was thinking, okay, Excel should probably come back from this point because Timber Guts would usually kill the rest of Taz's team. But no, it did quite little damage to Coughing. He kind of needed it, to be honest, in my opinion. Rest of the game went exactly as it played out, with Taz getting the predictable W.
Well, Mikoi, allow me to just say, in most cases, Timber are not ran with guts, so
That's unfortunate.
I don't know what you were expecting.
Hashtag get guts Timber. And now,
most of them on Iron Fist.
Now for the final 2 games. Oh boy. Let's talk about...
Oh dear God, these two.
Let's talk about Crunchman versus Fox Pixel, shall we? And I was ready for the roast when this game happened, and I really wanted to catch our live reactions to this live, but they kind of played late. This game, Muse setting up spikes while Pharaoh chipped away at it. All right, although that aforementioned Pharaoh set was pretty hype. I think it was Assault Vest with Steel Roller, and Crunchman didn't have a terrain, so it predicted Frixel. He predicted Frixel would bring Rillaboom or some terrain setuper.
It's possible he didn't actually predict that, Mikoi. It's just...
He just ran Steel Roller.
Naturally, terrain is kind of common in doubles.
Yeah. And now the biggest highlight of this game. Lando, Oko.
Wait, Mikoi, I feel like you should just show the audience.
Oh boy, do I really want to?
You should show them.
All right. So here's the game in its entirety. As you can see, there's a Meteor Boom Mew, which also was impressive. This is the turning point. This turning point right here. Landorus Earth powering and Okoing his partner Genesect. Frixel's fat fingers have done it again, people.
Shoutouts to Frixel's fat fingers for letting the Laxes go to finals.
Yep, and that was the cost of the game. And look at the comments right here. I'm like, what the frick just happened? Yeah,
that was legendary.
Yeah, I'm gonna replay this moment again just to see that glorious Earth power. There you go.
There you go, folks. There it is. It's beautiful, ain't it?
And finally, we get to the other hilarious game that stretches out all the way back to scheduling. So Attribute was going to play Maki, right?
Yes.
And what happened from that point on? Attribute needed a sub because...
his sister's water heater broke.
Aww.
And he went to the Home Depot.
That was unfortunate. So the Lactors were like, right, Elfusion, you gotta play this team. But then Elfusion, you see, he is a firefighter. Shout out to firefighters.
Mm-hmm. He had a fire.
Yep. I really thought from the post Trace made, I thought he had a flat tire.
It kind of looked like that, but no, I think he simply had a fire.
So Trace was panicking by this point, but then Elfusion showed up at the last minute and played his game.
Trace was not the only one panicking. Everyone was.
Everyone in the Laxes was panicking, and so Elfusion made it back in time, got the game, played against Maki, and what a game it was, people! First off, Finny Okoing Excadrill with what +1 Scald. That was already a sign of things to come. But then, Mamoswine versus Clefable. Mamoswine flinching the Clefable with Icicle Crash. Was that a Serene Grace Mamoswine, ladies and gentlemen? I'll pose that to you in the comments.
Cause goodness, did it flinch quite a bit.
And it got the kill. Even went through Reflect. It got the flinch, even with the Reflect. And
it stalled out the Reflect with flinches.
That is a good strat, people. Put it on Mamoswines everywhere. So great job. Unfortunate for Maki on that one. And then Maki revealed Bulk Up Landorus, and you'd think Maki would probably win by this point. Mimikyu revealed a wild choice. Swords Dance, Shadow Snake, Shadow Claw, and Will-O-Wisp, which burned the Lando.
Yep. Oh boy, when that happened, we're like, what?
We all had the same collective reaction we got. What the actual f***? So yeah.
What is this set? Why is it not play rough? Where is the play rough?
It's not. It was Will-O-Wisp, and that was a wild choice. Scarf Bulu ended up cleaning the rest of this really hilarious game. Good job, Laxes. That was also the last game of the week, and what a game to end on, people. So.
Yeah, my God.
So after that hilarious stretch of comedy, the Snorlaxes are making into the final. Well done to them. They're a very strong team after all. But who will join them in the final battle? We got the Lavender Laprases versus the Untitled Swamperts once again going at it. And the tiers have been locked. 2 OUs and a doubles. So.
And, well, I'm not so looking forward to the 2 OUs. That's a little scary.
Yep. So, SSOU, we got My Java versus Blimax. This should be interesting. I really wonder how My Java will prep, because Blimax, I think he's gotten in the bag.
You think?
But if My Java brings something whack, then yeah. Yeah, if My Java brings something whack, then I'll eat my words.
Eat your words now.
Shoot. SSOU, we got Aberforth versus...
That's not implying anything about what My Java's bringing. I haven't actually checked what he's bringing.
I expect memes.
I expect it to be good. That is my expectation, and I expect that he will eat Blimax for dinner or breakfast or whatever time it is over there when he totally crushes him utterly.
Oh boy. It could backfire. It could backfire on you badly. SSOU...
Shush. It will not. I swear it won't. Oh, please, dear God.
SSOU, we got Aberforth versus TJ. Aberforth plays OU?
Yes, he does.
And is he quite good?
Well, I might add.
Is he on the level of a TJ or a Blimax?
Arguably so.
That's gonna be fun. And I think this will be the game that matters, because either one of these players, so Aberforth just stepping into OU. TJ hasn't had the best of luck when it comes to OU, but he has been coming back, and he has fully motivated himself once again, which is nice.
I'm pretty sure Aberforth, what was the tour he played for again? Where he went 3-1 in OU?
I don't remember. Maybe the team chat shall reveal it. But yeah.
Yes, my team chat shall.
Yeah, I don't know.
See.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to win. So I guess the bias in me goes for TJ. But yeah, Aberforth could just easily win if he preps well.
Aberforth is actually a great OU player.
So we'll see what happens against an established man.
I think I've seen him play.
Is it good? No, I've already asked that. What the heck? Yeah, so I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, he's indeed really good.
So, yeah, I'm excited to see what happens. I will root for TJ, but yeah, if Aberforth impresses me, then so be it. And then finally we got
I'm sure he will.
And so, SSDOU, we got Actuary versus Queso. Well, this is interesting. So, Cheese needs all the prep now to beat the GOAT that is Actuary. And I hope to God that Cheese brings some really fun sets in order to counteract what Actuary is going to bring. So, yeah. So.
I don't know, McCoy. I think you won't expect what's coming.
Well, we shall see about that.
I I don't know what precisely is coming.
I also don't know.
Okay. Aberforth played OU really well in World Cup of Pokemon, apparently.
Okay. So we shall see. We shall expect your best, because we definitely brought our best. Here we go. So.
There's a reason we slotted Aber in OU. We know.
Oh boy, I'm waiting to see what happens. So, would you believe it? That would be the end of this video. But before we go, we'd just like to...
Oh, it felt so short.
Yeah.
Also, I guarantee Actuary will win, and that we will win, and that we will win the tour overall.
Well, let's see what happens. If he does,
and MJ will finally win.
Yeah, I'll be happy if the Laprases win, because MJ finally won something that's not PSPL. Yeah, thank you all for watching. But before we go, I'd like to advertise that Tours Plaza Premier's player signups are still ongoing. So if you want to join the best tour in tournament history, go to the Tours Plaza sign-up page.
Yeah, and it's hosted by the one who isn't me speaking right now.
Oh boy. So I expect good things out of that tour, and for this tour as well, because we're coming at the tail end of BLT. Thank you all for watching. Please like this video, leave a comment.
I'm also managing in that, if you want to possibly be on my team.
Thank you all for watching. Please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe, click that notification bell so you won't miss a video once they come out. And I'll see you for next week for a recap of the tiebreaker. A quick summary of what happened between the 3rd and 4th place teams, and what happened to them, why couldn't they make finals, and their team structure overall, and of course the big one, the finals predicts.
It honestly sounds like you're going to add a lot of filler next week, because otherwise it's going to be very short.
It is very short. It's only 10 games left.
Yes, only 10 games and only 3 to recap, if the 3 even happen. If we just win 2 of them, or if you just win 2 of them in some strange case, then you'll have even less to review.
Yeah. So, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next week. And also make sure to sign up on Tours Plaza Premier 4. Come on, do it. Sign up now.
Sign up. There's money.
Yeah,
Jeff is giving money. $100 per player on the team.
Yep.
You want that money. I know you want that money.
We're enticing you. We're enticing you big time. So thank you all for watching.
With money.
Thank you all for watching. This has been McCoy, signing out. Money.
Bye-bye. Go get that money and sign up.